So you might be wondering at this point, what is my daily schedule like? For instance, what is it that I do in my day? What what's the progression from start of the day through lunch to the end of the day? So I'm just gonna explain that a little bit because I don't think people really understand the links that I'm going to get out there and get my foot in the door and try and make something for myself because a lot of it is failing for me, and it's just failing for me, and I'm accepting it's failing for me. I'm not trying to make things fail for me. I'm trying to make things succeed, but a lot has failed for me personally, and a lot of the failure has been to what I think is many others' fault, and in part ways maybe my fault for not standing up for myself more in those situations or resources for me in that regard, or that I didn't put up proper safeties beforehand. So, say I have my phone ready to be able to record, or I have, a silicone case on my phone to keep it from cracking so the buttons stay working. So no one is accusing me of trying to hack into my phone or something, or I have a knife in my hand because I'm using it to press the power button on my phone. Stuff like that, which is kind of what's forced to because I don't have any money to get the power button. Anyways, essentially what I do is I wake up. If I have videos that I've previously downloaded that I haven't watched, I'll put one of those on for the morning while I'm making food. So I'm getting two things done at once, so I can kind of make my day go a little better. So if, say, I put something on the stove, I just put it to medium or whatever, and I'll watch the stove from where I'm sitting, where I'm watching video. Now, basically, during that time, if video is short, I'll go and do other things like hygiene, my everything I do in the morning, making my hair, prepping a backpack for a bunch of things, making sure the Tupperware is clean so I can take some food for lunch because I'm going to be going out of the house just about almost every day. I have been for a good 2 months now, and it's a different lifestyle. Not everybody could do it, but you just have to be really preppy, I think. And I've got enough YouTube tutorial views of that sort of thing and people who do that, so it's maybe a little easier on me than other people. But I contribute a lot of my successes thanks to those people. But yeah, once I'm dressed with whatever I need, power bank, charging cords, my phone, because I'm going to be doing everything on my phone. I need the phone accessories. Hats, sunglasses, pens, stylus, just wallet, basically any pieces of paper of information that I have that are relevant to the day, such as recently my list for NFT sites, such as rarities, news, new releases, etc. But I mean, I also get news from TikTok and YouTube on that. So, but that's a little later on in the day. Let's see. Picking the right shoes. Gotta go on the right shoes. It's either boots or runners, depending on the day. It's just sludgy, right? Sludgy outside right now. Man, it'd be great if there was a lot of sleddiness going on outside. No, perish the thought. But there is a lot that I kind of pack, plus taking leftovers, whatever I make in the morning. So I'm really only eating one thing that I've cooked in the morning, and it's half cold by the time I eat it. It's always not that good, but it's food for my belly, and that's really all I can do. I don't have a microwave where I'm going. There's not really that sort of facilities where I get public Wi-Fi, so there's not really anything that I can take which should be microwaved. So I try to make something like a few vegetables and some gravy, or something like I'll let the gravy keep it hot, or I'll make it so that it's super hot when I put it in the container, so it's only kind of mildly warm when, or like room temperature, like it's just at room temperature when I've started eating it, just to save myself some trouble. But other than that, yeah, I just pack a whole bunch of things. Sometimes some water bottles. Sometimes a squeegee. Sometimes in the winter it's been a snow brush. Just to, who knows what happens along the way, and who knows who you meet, who knows what you see. And if something helps somebody, sometimes it can help me. So I'm just kind of happy for that. So I prep for that sometimes. Um, yeah, so once I get to public Wi-Fi, this is usually an hour or so after I wake up. It's going over everything from new released videos on popular subjects, things that can make money, um, uh, trending videos, subscriptions, like on YouTube. Then kind of more generating more into other things, more serious business matters like job resumes, working on my resume, um, seeing any, replying to any responses to resume applications that I did prior, um, searching for new job opportunities on places like Facebook, such as like casting calls and various groups. So I have like maybe 3 groups for casting calls that I just check up on. Checking my Instagram to see if there's any messages that I've gotten, business or whatever, or just friends, or see what my friends are up to. Um, it's kind of like just going through a cycle of both social medias, um, job related things, and then some own personal um, self care with a few games like Skyreaver or Neon District or Crosslink, something. And I prefer, well, I don't prefer, but I'm playing games that also can make me money. So, say like Crosslink, if you find an item, it's an NFT, you can immediately sell it on a secondary marketplace. I can't sell it because they haven't integrated mobile wallets to be able to sell on their online marketplace. But that's another story. That's like one of the failures I had. Went through a game, got a $45 item, went to go sell it, couldn't sell it from my phone. Can't really log in on the public library computers to do it. Kind of a bust. Although I might try to do that sometime so I can actually post it. That would be nice. But also at the same time, I'm not really sure if that's going to work because I think you need a camera to scan a QR code from that computer, and they don't have cameras. So, um, Neon District, which is I think is an interesting game, but filled with many bots and like people making secondary accounts. I also do small things here and there for finding what new NFTs are free, and then putting them in, organizing my calendar to see where in my calendar, what day is where, and what time, and then try and make that date. So, but that'll be like on my schedule in the morning, and I'll have looked at it when I wake up. So I'll know kind of what I want to do in the day, when I can structure things, when I can kind of pass time playing a few games for maybe an hour or two, just to lighten the brain up, just to ease some anxiety. But other than that, I think that's about it. I'll spend maybe 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours public Wi-Fi, just biding my time, figuring out what's the next step and what's the next plan and what's the next thing I'm doing, what's the next event I have to put on schedule, and kind of see where my whole schedule is going and figure out what I can fit here to relax, what I can fit there to calm myself down and help me progress further to the next part. Because it's just me. I got no money, and I got no. I hate to say I have no money, but let's look at reality. Reality is it that I don't have much money. That's it. But it's not like I can't work with that. I still have a phone. I still have this thing that I can use to better my life even more so, more than maybe someone without a phone or someone without access to Wi-Fi or public computers would have. So I'm actually very thankful for the phone because it actually allows me to do a whole lot more than your average person, because I can put up the resumes and check them whenever I'm on public Wi-Fi. I don't have a set limit of time of like 30 minutes that I have to try and do all of that and manage responses and think about what I'm going to write back and try to attend meetings when I don't know if there's going to be someone there or a camera or computer available, which there aren't. So that's difficult for me. Or like a payphone ready so I can join a Zoom call for an interview. So I kind of just use my phone for all of that. But that, yeah, no, that's kind of it. Trying just to utilize what I have, which is my phone, my time, and what I can do around, and small bits of money I can make, which I hope to turn to larger bits of money. Um, Hopefully, I don't get no rug pulls, because I want to invest in NFTs. I want to get into more NFTs. I've already got like a collection of 10 NFTs that I'm pretty happy with, and a couple geckos, a couple horses, a couple aliens, small projects. But I'm putting in the work to find these newer projects which are going to be worth a little more, like Copium Wars, where if you join their Discord, that you actually can engage in like arenas and like chat-based games, right? But that gets you their token, which then you can use the token for free mint or reduced price mint. But that's supposed to be something good. Um, yeah, Copium Wars. But like that's seriously dug into my phone. Like that is me having to go into MetaMask and then open up the right tab in that browser, and MetaMask is already in like its own separate folder of wallet utilities. So when I go into wallet utilities, I have like Slope. I wish I had Phantom, but it's not on Android. Go figure. It's one of the supposedly best wallets, and I can't use it, so I had to get Slope and Soulflare. So I have those in there, including Anchor. I don't even remember what I downloaded Anchor for. I'm really like I don't even have anything on it, but I have that. But yeah, MetaMask is in there. Coinbase. Um, Basically, what I've had accounts in that I know tried and true from when I used a computer, and those do me quite well to keep them all there. But it's having to go through like three sections because you go to the wallets, you go to like the wallet section, you go to the the MetaMask, then you go into its tabs to find the right tab that Copium Wars is on for me. And of course, there's other tabs for other things like OpenSea, because you can only sell on OpenSea in MetaMask unless you connect it externally, but you'd have to go to MetaMask anyway. So I just do it on MetaMask. And then there's a bunch of stuff like that, which is all over my phone. That I'm always thinking, okay, that one's all the way in there. Oh, that one's all the way. Oh, that one's back returned to the right, and then I have to go through that other menu. And sometimes I do forget. I do forget this project or that thing that's on my phone, and I just go, oh, what was that thing? I should have put that on a home page. I should have added this favorite of a browser to the home page, so I was like one click, so I could just click through my phone and go from like this app, okay, next one, that app, next app, that app, next app, that app, and just get everything done. And get like the 20, 30, 40 things I want to do in a day done, including downloading new videos like Let's Plays, which are like half an hour long, or like the new trending videos, which are all like 10, 15 minutes because everyone wants the proper algorithm. Um, and there's like a whole bunch of those. So you have to download all of them individually and use a third-party app for that. And the app that you couldn't really verify from the Google App Store, but it works perfectly fine. And you put it through an antivirus that you download from the Google Play Store. So you assume it's okay, and then you start using it. You realize it's okay, and you delete the virus app, well, not virus, but antivirus app, and call it a day on that until the next time you might need to download something. Which actually isn't a problem for me anymore because I got a 32 gigabyte SD card, which has been the best purchase I think I've made. It was $7. I mean, that's pretty cheap, and it has expanded my whole phone to actually I think I had 16. I think I had a 1 gigabyte external before, so expanded it to 31 gigabytes outwards. And I was like always skimming that 1 gigabyte very roughly, and it was not fun. Like, you'd make one video and it'd cut halfway through where you want to make it because it just couldn't hold it. It wasn't that good. But now things are going a lot better. I mean, I don't make videos of 32 times what I make. That would be like a whole day of recording for me. And I'll make like a 15-20 minute video. But that's kind of, I think, it for me. That's kind of my schedule, what I do. This has been a long time. It's been like almost 20 minutes now. I gotta thank everyone that's stopped to watch this and kind of pay notice to this and the way I'm living my life right now. And oh, I almost forgot to mention, I have a whole ton of projects that I'm trying to work on, including a YouTube channel with Let's Plays and gameplays, repairs. Say, for instance, look at that. That's a washer that I found. Someone clipped some things from the back of it, so I have to find product manuals of the whole thing, and it's like from 2012, so it's probably pretty easy to find the manuals, but I also have to get parts in because some of the parts are broken, and I need a large pair of, like a large wrench, because there's this giant nut about this size inside that I have to get to, which I've already put CLR on to loosen up the rust in there, but I probably should wipe the CLR off there, make sure it doesn't corrode anything, but I haven't been able to really get access to anything in between the groove or a large wrench since. Yeah, I found this. I brought this up literally yesterday. I kind of like it. It's triangles. It was clean. It looks clean. I don't know why someone wouldn't like it. It looks like it's made to hold wine. I'm going to try and sell it on Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji or something. People don't really use an app called Let It Go anymore. People used to. I would use that if they still used. I'm trying to find a welder, like someone who can weld, who already has welding tools, not like an actual MIG and solder welder. But yeah, I have a gaming chair that I found, which would look like a proper gaming chair if I had a welder. It's over there. That's it there. It's that red thing. You just tell the back is broken because the back's not attached because it needs to be welded to the rod that holds it upwards. And that's really it. Some kid leaned on it too far, and he broke that part where it was all soldered up nicely. So I just have to find a welder to weld that together and hope the whole chair doesn't light on fire. Yeah, that's one. Well, actually, that's 3 things. I'm trying to do these 3 things. Repairing the washers enough as it is. There's also all the stuff I'm trying to sell, like maracas, that thing that's like a gourd which you have a stick and you rub over grooves and it goes. A tennis racket, a really nice tennis racket. When I found it, it still had the grip plastic over top the grip tape itself. So I took that off. I washed under it. I washed it out. It looks great. It's over there. over there with all my other stuff on my couch. Then I also found that was neighbor was moving out. Neighbor, I've gotten I've gotten the tennis racket and the couch from the neighbor, and the couch is actually broken too. We're gonna have to fix it by finding like a clasp and a couple screws and maybe a drill clamp. See, I need a drill clamp adapter. Something with one side it's a hexagon, and the other side is like that drill bit that you can twist, and then it'll clamp slowly and slowly more and more and more until it's got the like a bit like you can put any bit in it, any drill bit, any small round one, or any hexagon or something larger. But I need one of those because I have a drill, which I probably shouldn't be trying to sell, but I'm trying to sell that too. Honestly, I could probably find a if I sell that drill, it's probably cheaper than buying a new drill, like another drill bit, because I could use the funds for buying a very cheap drill and buying a drill bit adapter, which might work for me. So like I'm always at thrift store. I'm always trying to go to thrift store on the way to public Wi-Fi. So, like 10, 20 minutes looking at thrift store, you kind of see what's there and you get out of there and you see what options are open up to you now because there's a whole bunch of stuff that you just never know you'll find, which seems to help this or that. Or you see it one day and you go home and you're like, oh, I need this for that. Why didn't I realize that then? And you just go out and you see if you have enough funds for it and you go and grab it. But yeah, if none of this stuff goes right, and if putting job applications doesn't get me a job, which it hasn't for years now, so I have to find and search for other things to do because people aren't offering me the job. I haven't gone into high school. I just have the education of my grade 12 because I had a seizure and a stroke going like right into university. I'd taken the year off after grade 12. And I wanted to kind of seek myself and not be super stressed going straight from grade 12 into university. And so I did that. But then that year I was going to go in, it was like the vacation before getting into school. And I got poisoned. I had a seizure and a stroke and it wasn't good food. And yeah, that kind of happened. So, and I haven't gotten very much response from anything ever since. Aside from Uber Eats, which is probably the best one. But I was doing the delivery driving on my bicycle, which they allow, and it's great, and I was hoofing it to places. But people would just order from across the city, and I mean, if you don't accept your orders, they really do scold you. So I was essentially being forced to do orders across the city on my bicycle, in the dead of cold, that people are expecting hot food, and I put the food in the bag, and I put it on my back, and I haul it ass, and I try and get it to where I'm getting it to. Honestly, I had 3 heating and cooling bags, 3 insulated bags, just so that I could get the food to people either warm or hot in the right way. And it was just too many people that said, "Oh, it took so long." Well, I said I'm on my bicycle. They'd be like, "Oh, well, you took too long." What are you supposed to do? Have rocket legs? Anyways, my knee is just shot. So that's not going to happen anymore. And I can't even get back into Uber Eats because too many people, I think, in charge didn't make the system proper like how it was to let people choose whether they want a car to deliver or they allow a bicycle to deliver it, or on the alternative have bicycles only deliver the short duration, like short trips, right? Like I could do all mid city, I could do all like downtown in like a second, and I was for the most part because I'd just park downtown and go here, and it'd be a Subway. I'd go back, it'd be like sushi place. I'd go back downtown, Subway. Another person coming down from the building wants just food for lunch, and they're like, "Whoa, I didn't really expect you here all the way. I was still getting ready. I'm just waiting outside with their food." Because I went and I've gone and I've waited while they're making it, and I've, checked in and said hi. I'm just looking at the food. Here's my order number. I'm just waiting. Take your time. I'm just gonna put it in the bag and get to the customer as soon as it's ready. That's it. I'm a good delivery person. they'd always people at the stores would always look at me like, "Oh, you're a good delivery person. Interesting." And then there'd be the one guy who was like a racist at one place in the city that serves chicken, which people love the place, but the way I got treated by the people there and the people at the desks and the owners was just terrible. I mean, you go to pick up your order, you'd say your order number, they go, "Why the heck are you here?" After you said your order number, they just wouldn't listen. They wouldn't like hand you the food, or if you went to go try to get the food, they'd try and take it away from you, saying it's not your bag, when it would be when it is your bag. Um, or they try and take like your insulated bag and like try and look in it to see that you didn't take someone else's order when it's like full view in front of you. You're only taking your own order. Um, yeah, they were very like trying to do everything to halt you from getting where you needed to go with the food, which is ready, which you want to get somewhere, right? So I'm not really sure what their ploy was. I think they just didn't like delivery people who were brown. Like they didn't want to use a brown delivery person, but that person definitely complained a lot. And I remember hearing it from Uber saying, "Oh, this restaurant seems to have a problem," and I had to tell them like this was what I was seeing, and that's what they were doing, and it was a whole kerfuffle. But yeah, that's something I can't get back into again and won't get back into. So I have to seek other ventures, like I was saying, like NFTs and maybe not job resumes, but I have to find something else, something that'll pay, something that I don't have to pay for ad revenue, um, but definitely something that can be good for me because job applications hasn't worked out at all. And I've tried changing my resume. I've tried, doing the right thing and taking courses for, like how to have a good interview, things to say, what to do, and my best option right now is honestly just no option. Because my best option would be customer service over the telephone, over the internet, on a computer, to do like, "Hey, how are you doing? Oh, you got a problem? Let me reset your password for you." Or, "Oh, hey, we're just calling to inform you that your insurance has it's over, and we would like to see if you want to renew." Or maybe we can go over what changes have been since the last time that you've had your insurance active. Or, we see you're asking to renew, and we just like to explain the differences and what's similar and what's changed from the last time that seen a you've actually seen a contract. But we can go over that. We're happy that you're renewing, and we want people to be safe every way they can. Um, but yeah, no, as you can see, I stutter. That's from the stroke. That's a sense of also self inconfidence. I'm just not confident anymore in myself because I've just tried too much and too much has failed. Um, Mostly at the fault of others. So that drives you a little bit crazy. But ignoring that and ignoring how crazy everything is, um, sometimes it's like you have to sell water bottles on the side of the road. It's something legit for $1, like Gary Vee wants people to do or tells people to do. It says, "Hey, I'll do this," and you sell the next one for the for free because you made this first one for free, and then you've already made six or whatever, $9 or whatever, $10, and plus whatever anyone wants to give you on the side off that one water case already. If you sell the whole case, you're making a big buck. Honestly, you don't make a whole lot, and not everybody wants water from you. Why would they? They can go out and buy their own for cheap. It's really just a um, service of interest. I think that's a good word. A service of interest. But that's basically all it is. Um, yeah, I can really tell I've had a stroke because my like eyebrow system on my top left is not like responsive. I have to really try to get my eyebrow up, but over here it's pretty easy. But here it's like slow, and you see it's like it tries and then it just stutters. That's what happens when you've had a stroke, kids. I think that's true. I can finally do that and be honest and not be making fun of anybody because it's my own damn experiences. I shouldn't laugh at myself. Oh, and I have the all-in-one. This is a good one. The all-in-one on my computer. Computer desk. That's something I need like $100 for to get a new LCD screen, but it's worth $300. So I could probably sell it for 150 if I get it up and running. Actually, 150 is like what people pay for a new computer, so I could probably find the screen for maybe $40. Sell it for maybe, I don't know, 70, 80. But honestly, I've already looked into I've taken the whole casing off, and I've actually bought a new power adapter for it. So it plugs in, it turns on perfectly, and there's no like problem with power. So that was the first step, and then I didn't buy the LCD screen. I don't know why. I really should have, and then should like completed that project. But there's that. There's what else? There's not really much else. That's really it. That's really my life. Apart from typical daily dishes, which I have dishwashers, thank goodness. Um, and just general cleaning up and trying to find money for food and buy more potatoes because it's the cheapest, largest thing I can do. It's a vegetable. People say vegetables are good for you. My skin and my body has been feeling absolutely terrible since I've been started on potatoes, but it keeps me fed of something. Honestly, just my stomach feels empty anytime I eat because it's just potatoes, and I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But it does feel just empty. It feels very like exasperated, like I'm breathing out fumes. But yeah, I try to supplement that with a couple of vegetables now and then. Just now and then, I'll use a bag of vegetables, and I'll just cook them up from frozen and put them in the belly. But that's about the best I can do. Um, yeah, but I was thinking of maybe starting an OnlyFans, Only Lonelies. Can't do that. I'm not that lonely. I'm that poor, but I'm not that lonely. You can put that in quote. I'm that poor, but I'm not that lonely. Get away from my grave. No, don't put that on my. Yeah, that's a good one to put on my grave. I'm not that poor, but I'm also not that lonely. Get away from my grave. You know what? I like that. Maybe have it as a gingerbread man. Have a gingerbread man as a, you know, instead of a typical cross. 3D gingerbread man. I think that'd be cooler. All the arms and head would be broken off eventually, and it would just be like a stump on two legs. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. Maybe if you put the I don't know. It's just funny. Yeah, that's